Have you ever witnessed a single moment that felt bigger than music itself? A moment so powerful, so magnetic, that the entire world seemed to stop breathing just to watch. That's exactly what happened when Bruno Mars stepped onto the stage that night. His presence, his energy, his rhythm, it wasn't just another performance. It was a cultural earthquake. Bruno Mars didn't just perform. He rewrote the rules, and in those few minutes, his dance moves reminded the world why he isn't just an entertainer. He's a phenomenon. Before we dive deep into this unforgettable performance, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, drop a like if you're already a fan of Bruno Mars, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Tell us in the comments what's your favorite Bruno Mars performance of all time, because after this one, the conversation has officially changed. Bruno Mars has always been more than a singer. He's a storyteller, a showman, a living bridge between eras of music. From the golden age of funk and soul to the modern sound of pop and R&B, he carries it all in his body, his voice, his movement. But what makes Bruno Mars untouchable is that he doesn't just sing his songs, he lives them on stage. Every beat is in his bones. Every lyric is in his breath. And when he dances, it feels less like choreography and more like destiny unfolding right before your eyes. That night, as the lights dimmed and the crowd screamed his name, there was a silence beneath the noise, a collective sense that something legendary was about to happen. The screen behind the stage glowed, the first notes echoed, and then Bruno Mars walked out, smiling with that signature confidence. He didn't rush, he didn't need to. Every step he took to the center of that stage was like gravity pulling millions closer to him. And then it happened. The beat dropped, and Bruno Mars started to dance. It wasn't just dance, it was electricity. His body moved with precision, but also with freedom. Like James Brown reborn in the modern age. Like Michael Jackson's spirit meeting 21st century soul. Every spin, every slide, every kick carried history in it. The audience roared louder with each movement. But Bruno Mars wasn't dancing for applause. He was dancing because this was who he is. Music has always been in his DNA. And in that moment, the whole world felt it too. Think about it. Bruno Mars isn't just a performer, he's a vessel of everything we love about music. He channels the joy of Stevie Wonder, the funk of Prince, the swagger of Elvis, and the fire of Michael Jackson. Yet, somehow, it's still pure Bruno. Nobody else could make the stage shake the way he did that night. Nobody else could make millions watching from across the globe feel like they were in the front row, watching history unfold. The camera zoomed in on him, sweat glistening under the stage lights, his smile wide but focused. His moves weren't just rehearsed steps, they were storytelling through motion. Each glide across the stage said, "This is what music feels like when it takes over your soul." Each snap of his fingers was a heartbeat sensing with the audience. Bruno Mars wasn't performing to the crowd, he was performing with them. And here's what made it magical. Bruno Mars made it look effortless. That's the genius of his artistry. Behind every step, every twirl, every sharp kick, there are hours upon hours of rehearsal, sweat, and discipline. But on stage, it looked like breathing. It looked like Bruno Mars wasn't even trying, like the music was moving him instead of the other way around. That's why people couldn't look away, because when Bruno Mars dances, it's not just entertainment, it's transformation. This performance didn't just trend online, it shook the culture. Clips of Bruno Mars moves went viral within minutes, flooding social media feeds worldwide. TikTok users tried to imitate his steps. Fans flooded Twitter, calling it the best dance performance of his career. Headlines exploded. Bruno Mars just changed the game again. And honestly, they weren't exaggerating. Because when you watched him on that stage, you weren't just watching a man dance, you were watching a man become music itself. There's a reason why Bruno Mars stands alone in today's music industry. He's not just a voice on the radio, not just another chart-topping artist. He's a reminder of why we fell in love with music in the first place. The way he moves, the way he commands a stage, the way he breathes rhythm, it's what separates legends from everyone else. And that night, Bruno Mars proved once again that he's not just part of the conversation about the greatest performers alive, he is the conversation. Fans in the arena described it as spiritual. They said it felt like being transported back to the days of Motown and funk, yet somehow pushed forward into the future. Parents who grew up watching Michael Jackson whispered to their kids, "This is our generation's version of that." Young fans screamed until they lost their voices, realizing they were witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime kind of greatness. And Bruno Mars just kept dancing, as if the world wasn't watching, as if he was simply doing what he was born to do. The most powerful part? He wasn't showing off. There was no arrogance, just joy, pure, unfiltered joy radiating through every step. When Bruno Mars dances, you see the little boy from Honolulu who grew up surrounded by music, dreaming of the big stage. You see the years of struggle before the fame, the countless nights performing in small clubs. You see the hunger, the resilience, the love for the craft that made him who he is. And in that moment, you understand this isn't just performance. This is his life, his truth, his gift to us. By the end of the set, the arena was in chaos, the good kind of chaos. Fans were crying, hugging, screaming. The noise was deafening, but the emotion was louder. And Bruno Mars, he just stood there, catching his breath, smiling like a man who had given everything he had to give. He knew it, the fans knew it, the world knew it. Something had shifted. His dance had changed the conversation, elevated the standard, and reminded everyone that music, at its core, is about connection. And that's why we'll be talking about this night for years to come. Because Bruno Mars didn't just dance, he transformed. He showed us that the stage is his kingdom, and rhythm is his crown. He reminded us that no matter how much the industry evolves, no matter how trends come and go, real artistry, real magic never fades. It grows, it inspires, it changes everything. So tell me, what did you feel watching Bruno Mars dance that night? Did it make you want to get up and move? Did it make you remember why you love music in the first place? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because we want to hear from you. And if you felt even half the electricity he did telling this story, don't forget to smash that like button. Hit subscribe for more epic moments like this. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single story. And share this video with your friends so they can relive the magic of Bruno Mars too. Because one thing is clear. When Bruno Mars hit the stage, his dance didn't just entertain us, it changed us forever. But the magic of that night didn't end when Bruno Mars walked off stage. In fact, the real story began afterward. The performance had already gone viral before the encore even finished. People weren't just talking about Bruno Mars singing. They weren't just raving about the setlist, the lights, or the production. No, the conversation was about that dance, those moves, that electricity. Clips of Bruno Mars spinning across the stage, sliding into impossible rhythms, and hitting sharp, flawless beats spread like wildfire across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Within hours, hashtags like #BrunoMarsDance and #KingOfStage are trending worldwide. Fans began stitching his clips, choreographers posted breakdowns of his technique, and music legends tweeted their respect. It wasn't just entertainment, it was domination. Bruno Mars had done something very few artists can do in today's saturated industry. He made the world stop and pay attention. And here's the thing, this wasn't just about dancing. It was about ownership. Bruno Mars owns the stage in a way that feels untouchable. He doesn't rely on flashy gimmicks, shock value stunts, or digital illusions. He relies on the purest form of performance, rhythm, soul, and presence. In a world where many artists struggle to keep the crowd engaged without pyrotechnics or special effects, Bruno Mars proved that one man, one groove, and one unstoppable energy is all it takes to captivate millions. What makes Bruno Mars so extraordinary is how he balances old-school showmanship with modern flair.